Welcome back to another episode of Booming with Bella. I'm your host, Bella Linez, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Today, we're back to back, guys. So, now we're going to talk about November favorites. And what I'm going to do right now is, because I still haven't put up the question and answer form on my Instagram, is I am going to talk about mine, and then I will post the question and answer on Instagram and record another snippet where I kind of like showed you what your guys' responses were. But anyways, so my favorites for the month of November, a lot carried over from October into this month. I'm not gonna lie, and it's also been like a huge like specifics month for me. Like I have been listening to Rihanna's Unapologetic album a lot, and I personally love that album so much, but I found myself listening to like a couple of the songs on there just like on repeat. And there's also been like a handful of other songs too that I have like literally had to listen to for like 30 minutes of it just straight on repeat. So today's episode might be a little short and sweet. That's cool. It happens, right? And I feel like there also weren't that many drops because I feel like things were either like super big and therefore that there wasn't a lot of music aside from what was like the super big drop. And we were coming off of the month of October where like Taylor Swift, Drake. Did Bad Bunny drop in October? Yeah. So it seems so long ago, but it also seems like just yesterday. So there was like a lot of big drops in the month of October. So things kind of winded down this month a little bit. But the first song that I'll be able to tell you that I personally had on repeat was Say Whoa and Tempo. Say Whoa is by Marshmello and Nicky Jam. Nicky Jam. And then Tempo is Marshmello and Young Miko. Those two songs specifically. I'll talk a little bit more about that project later on, but those two songs specifically, I haven't been able to get enough of. And I feel like I'm shoving at least Tempo like down people's throats, trying to get them to love it as much as I do. Like I made sure to play it Thanksgiving night so like my family would hear it. And I played Say Whoa for my sister in the car. Like I'm really just like, I love these songs so much, so you guys have to, because I can't be alone in this. But we also, in the last month's October Favorites episode, we talked about Taylor Swift's 1989, Is It Over Now, specifically. That song has stayed on repeat for me. It also doesn't help that I learned the words so quickly, because now it's like I just want to sing it all the time. TQUM, which I wasn't sure what that meant, but then I looked it up and it means like I love you so much in Spanish, which I knew like te quiero was like I love you, but then it was like un montón, and I wasn't sure what that was in reference to, but LESM basically is what it is, by Sofia Reyes and Dana Paola. I kid you not, I'm obsessed with this song. I love it so much. It's so fun. The music video is like super cute. I'm still like a little confused, but it's still like super cute, super fun, super girly pop. I love the song, and that song is like what inspired me to go and listen to more Sofia Reyes music, because she did just drop an album. So I was like, oh my god, I love that song so much. Maybe I should, you know, give her music a listen. So I love that song. You should definitely go listen to it if you haven't already, or if you like aren't a Sofia Reyes fan, you should become one. It sounds like a threat. Anyways, like I said, it's kind of short and sweet. One that there's a video of like people dancing in a club to in like the Philippines that's on my TikTok page to this song, and it's like just the vibe that I want when I go out. Unfortunately, I don't know the clubs that do that in the tri-state area, but it's to the song Terminator by King Promise. I'm obsessed with it. Love it so much. Same with like Mona Lisa. Like those two have also become played a lot for me. We have Tonight, which was a drop in October by NSG, and it features Libicana, I don't want to pronounce that incorrectly, but I might be, and J5. I love that song so much. In my head, it sounds like chimes, like wind chimes at the end, or like a xylophone, and I'm obsessed with that. I love when that is in music because it makes it feel so like pretty to me, and like, I don't know how to describe it, but the song, like the chorus and the ending feel like a chandelier to me. Maybe you'll understand what I'm saying if you listen. Another one that I really liked, that's not a 2023 drop, Play Fight by They and Tina Shay. I really like that song a lot. I've been really listening to R&B a lot because when I go to yoga, I want to get in like a calming, a light mindset. And I feel like R&B is like the perfect kind of vibe for me to like prepare to go do yoga and come out of yoga and, you know, do my day. Or sometimes when I'm like driving and I don't have a lot of energy. This month has been a really low energy month for me. I gravitate towards R&B just to kind of like wrap myself in a blanket, you know, or like hold my hand. And this was the song I discovered when I was going through all my R&B playlists. So Play Fight, love you. Also, like, if you want to like really set yourself up for a good time at yoga, listen to Janae Aiko. That's my girl. That's my pre-yoga warm-up girl, my post-yoga girl. Like, oh my god, love her. Then of course, On My Mama by Victoria Monet. This was actually also like in repeat in October and September and whatever, but I always forgot to mention it. Don't know why. I literally like every clip that I see on TikTok. I like every tweet I see on Twitter. I like I have been obsessed with Victoria Monet, and I have like been rooting for her success all these past few months. And On My Mama is a great song. I'm obsessed with the visuals. Like the amount of pop culture references she did, it's amazing. I think I did actually mention this in the October Faves episode, now that I'm like thinking it through, because I know I already talked about her daughter Hazel, who is now the youngest ever Grammy nominated person. But I'm bringing it up again because it's still on repeat. And then we have Just Fine by Mary J. Blige. This song makes me feel better than anything else ever. Like, I guess it's because like the whole message is positive and about just powering through. Like, it's your life, it's you, you're beautiful, grateful for the life that you have, the things around you, the love that you have, the love you have for yourself, all this stuff. This song is like the only constant that like always puts me in a good mood. I love a song with my whole heart. I have for years. But this month I've noticed myself listening to it more often than not. And like I said, literally every month since Tori Kelly released her EP, a new song has like stood out to me on that EP. I'm wondering what like the next one's gonna be, because I feel like I'm running out of songs. But last month it was the Missing You R&B edit. This month it's Unbelievable featuring Era Star. So what's it gonna be next month? Because it literally is always in this. It's so funny. Then I'll talk about the album that he dropped, but we have Akita Smoke by El Alfa, Pop Smoke, and Junior H. And at first, on first listen, I was a little nervous. I thought that it was potentially AI, like Pop Smoke's voice. So I texted my cousin and I was like, I so want this to be real. Is this real? And I did a deep dive and I found on Reddit that the song had leaked previously. So it was real, but obviously it was just unfinished because rest in peace Pop Smoke. But it was good to like get that confirmation that one, it's not AI, because that scares the literal crap out of me. The thought of like artists not actually making music but using AI to make music scares me. And like, I hope that that never happens for the sake of the music industry. Because I know people on TikTok, like they have AI making songs for different people. There's a Bad Bunny song that's trending and people love it, but it's not him. So I don't know, it freaks me out. I don't like it. And I am very grateful that this was actually Pop Smoke on the song, because it is another reason why Pop Smoke's potential, like we were barely scratching the surface with him. because before he died, he was trying so many different genres, collaborating with so many different artists, and just like experimenting with music, even though he was this like tough drill guy. And then unfortunately he passed, so all this like unfinished work comes out that's like he's experimenting with different genres, collabing with different people, and it sucks because it's like so good, and you're like, oh my god, imagine if he was still here. Just imagine. Makes me sad. That's one that I'll always be sad about. I mean, I'll always be sad about all of them, but still. Anyways, that's a good song to get you hyped up for when you're working out if you want. Like I said, I've been listening to Rihanna's Unapologetic album unapologetically every single day. But the song specifically that I've been listening to is Love Without Tragedy / Mother Mary. One, why was I 12 years old? Like 12, 14 years old, like singing that at the top of my lungs? Like, I don't know. But now I'm like yelling at the top of my lungs, like feeling like I'm Rihanna. And I'm from the left side of an island. Like, no, I'm not, but I am when I'm singing the song. And it's so good. One of her most underrated songs ever. Like, whenever I see people talk about their favorites from this album or underrated songs from this album, and like only rarely I ever see this song come up, and I'm like, they don't get you like I do. They don't get you. Beautiful, beautiful song. Obsessed. Ojos Ferrari. I don't know if it's, no, I do know. It was her her Billboard Music Awards performance, I think. I saw clips of it, and I was like, all right, going back to Mañana Será Bonito, and I'm listening to a new song off the album nonstop. Ojos Ferrari. I feel like also I'm on the cusp of going to the Taoke remix. I feel like I'm really close to like that becoming my new favorite song. That might be a December favorite. We'll find out. But for November, Ojos Ferrari. And then Work It by Raven Owen. Now, I had the pleasure of seeing Raven Owen perform at my office. He was doing some event with one of our sponsored lounges in our office, and he was performing an acoustic set of a couple of his songs. This was the week of his release. So my manager let us know, like, if we wanted to go down, we could go, and it was acoustic, so I didn't get like the vibe of like the EP that he was like really trying to tell us about and sell us on. But I was still like really blown away by his energy. I loved his outfit, was obsessed with his jewelry, and like he just seemed so kind-hearted and like uplifting and just like fun that I really liked him as a person and his energy. And then he sang, and I could tell like when he said that they were supposed to be upbeat songs, like I kind of got that sense. I was like, oh, this is probably like really good, like how it's recorded. But he's still an amazing singer, and I was like, okay, if it sounds good like this, I can only imagine how like fun and great the EP is. And then so I went and I listened to it. Not only did I really like the songs that he performed and like fully understand like the vibe that he was trying to put out, but I found this one, Work It. And I kid you not, I listen to this like every single run I go on. It's fun. I would die to hear this in the club. Like, it's so good. It also like meshes perfectly with a couple of the other songs like on my playlist or like my New Year Thanksgiving family playlist. Like, it just seamlessly works. So I guess while I was revamping my Thanksgiving playlist this year, like this one came up a lot and I kept going back to it. So now for the albums that I've been listening to a lot. We have Fuerza Regida, Pa las Babies y Delicada. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I've never heard him like say this. But that whole album I've listened to a lot. I kept seeing it like come up, and I was like, this is probably like a seriously good album, or an album that's gonna be really popular, so let me hop on the train now before I miss it later. So I've been listening to that one a lot. Definitely give it a listen. There's a song on there for everyone. For my country fans, Buckle Bunny by Tanner Adele. I would put her in the same like category kind of as Shabuzi, like country rap fusion, but I'm obsessed. I love her vibe. She's like all pink and girly on Instagram. She is like a badass in her lyrics. I love her. and I was doing a ride with Kendall Toole. And while I didn't feel like the song hyped me up like the way I needed in that Hidden Hills ride or whatever I was taking Tabata with her, where I was like dying and I was like, I need like something really high energy to like keep me going through this. Kendall was like, she's gonna be huge. I'm letting you know right now, like she's good. So Kendall Toole did put me on here, but Tanner Adele, I like her a lot. El Rey de Dembow, El Alfa. Obviously. I mean, this album is so cool. There's like, he had Pop Smoke on it. He had A$AP Ferg. He had Rick Ross. Like, there's so many random collabs on here that I love. I guess they're not really random, but still, they're so fun. I love this album. It caught me off guard. Like, when I was going through like new music drops and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to have like the best workout of my life. But it's good. I like it a lot. You should listen. Heaven Knows by Pink Pantheress. Love her. When she announced the release of the album, someone was going to be like, this is going to be the best 15 minutes of my life. She did double that. It's 30 minutes long, but it is great. And I do like Pink Pantheress a lot, so I feel like the vibe is there. Like, doesn't it disappoint me at all? It's not an album that I have on repeat daily or like have a song that I listen to daily, but I do love it and I do like it a lot, and I do find myself like going to this. It also gives like Y2K vibes and like basement grunge. Love. And then, like I said, Marshmello's Sugar Poppy, which has Tempo, Say Whoa, and a whole bunch of other songs on there that are really, really good. And it was funny because after I've been listening to these songs on repeat, Marshmello started coming up on my Boomin with Bella TikTok, and he was like not knowing a lick of Spanish but releasing a whole Spanish like EP or a whole Spanish project. And he's just like been posting clips from like working on this album and like the songs or whatever. I love it. I've kind of fallen off with Marshmello. I haven't listened to him as much recently, but now I'm like, oh my God, I forgot like Marshmello. So this album kind of like put me back on it. I like how he produced this whole album. I like that it's not like super EDM. My whole thing with Tempo is that like rises and like you think it's about to go there, but then it just comes back down. And it's like a tease, and I love it. I love it so much. But I don't know, I think he also worked well with all of the artists on this. Like, I don't feel like he made a beat and they had to find a way to work with it, and like it didn't really fit their general music vibe. But like they kind of worked together and found something that fits. So I like it a lot. I do. Rick Ross and Meek Mill also released a collab album, Too Good to Be True. There's a couple I like on it that I have added to my playlist, but there is a bunch that I felt like it was kind of getting like, it all sounded the same at one point. I don't know if that's just my brain becoming like less and less about rap as I get older, which is unfortunate because I've been such a rap girly, but I just feel like right now, like, I don't know, it just hasn't been sitting right with me. I don't know if that's because like so much of it is negative, if we're losing so many rappers and it's just like becoming oversaturated. I don't know, but I did like this. I have Go to Hell, They Don't Really Love You, Gold Medals, Lyrical Easy, Millionaire Row, and In Love with the Money added to my 2023 playlist. But like I said, there were some songs that I had left off. And then Lola Brooke released Dennis' Daughter. I do like her because she was another one who I got to see in person at my office. She did an event after work one day with us, and I liked her energy. She was very sweet. She was very bubbly. She was funny. She was just very like cute Polly Pocket to me. And I think it's so funny because she's like this cute little like, she's so sweet and everything, but then she's like got such a deep voice when she raps, and she like made jokes about that too. So she's aware, but I liked her debut album. The songs that I had added to my 2023 playlist are Don't Get Me Started and Best Side. So we'll see. I like her. Then I also downloaded BJ the Chicago Kids album. It's called Gravy. There's a lot of songs on there that I added to my 2023 playlist. It's just like a nice R&B album. Like just start to finish, glorious, soothing the soul. Listening to it, you're like, oh my God, this is good. chilling. I enjoyed it. I think I was cleaning my room when I found this one and it just set the vibe right. And that's really my faves. I know. It's kind of crazy how it's like so short compared to October, but I guess that's because a lot of it carried in and a lot of November I spent revamping my family playlist. But yeah, there's a couple of new releases that came out, you know, Black Friday that I haven't gotten around to listening to yet just because I've been busy shopping and with other stuff. So I'm sure there will be additional ads in my December faves from November that are carrying over. I will let you know in December if any of those really stuck out to me. So now would be where I would tell you guys about the songs that you guys had on repeat in November. So we're gonna do that right now. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the songs that you guys were listening to for the entire month of November. So like I said last month, I put a question sticker up on my Instagram story asking you guys to tell me what you guys were listening to, specifically because as you've noticed, I've been listening to a lot of the same stuff this past month as I was in October. So we got a couple good answers. So we're just gonna go through those right now. The first one we got was C'est Sûr. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's by Duckworth, featuring Sid, and I actually know that I have that song in my library, and I know that I really like that one. So that was a good answer. Good recommendation for you guys. We had 2 answers for Jungkook. Someone said that they were just listening to him. Another specifically said the song Standing Next to You by Jungkook. We have someone who said that they were listening to a lot of Lana Del Rey, which I feel like is very fitting for November, Bad Bunny, and Taylor Swift. Then we have someone who said they were listening to Fate's album, Girl Same. Not the newest one though. By the time that I had posted this question sticker, Fate had dropped his newest album. And then also Pink Pantheress' album, Valid, Bad Bunny's, and Cali's Singles, which is very fair. I love Kali Uchis, and I have a feeling that this next album that she's going to put out is going to be even better than Red Moon and Venus, which is going to be really hard to top off. Then we had someone who said that they were listening to Odie, which honestly reminded me that I need to go back and see what he's dropped recently because it's been a minute since I've listened to Odie, but I know that I really like his stuff. And then a Zach Bryan and Chris Stapleton on repeat answer. And finally, someone said that they were listening to East Atlanta Santa. And if you know, you know. So honestly, I don't want to get too much into that because I feel like that's more of a December themed episode for you guys. Maybe I should record one on that. Maybe I'll write another article on the blog, or I will incorporate that into my December favorites episode. But yeah, all great answers. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted an answer to me. I am so happy that I get to do this because I feel like I'm interacting with you guys and like I'm getting recommendations. So definitely stay tuned for that when I post it in December. I'm going to try to post it like before the new year because I know like things get crazy with the holidays. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am so excited for this month. I have a lot of good stuff planned, and be sure to keep tuning in. And as a reminder, you can find everything Booming with Bella related at the link in my Instagram bio at Isabella with 2 A's, Lainez, or in my Twitter bio at Bella, Lainezxo. And there's also content for you guys on TikTok at Booming with Bella. There's the blog, there's the website, there's my Spotify and my Apple Music profiles. There's so much for you guys. So go check all that out. All in the link in my bio. Super easy for you guys to find, as well as the location of all other Booming with Bella podcast episodes. Okay? I hope you have a lovely, lovely week, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye!